This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Here on the Morning Drive, Texas Tech winning over Utah on Saturday, 34-10, 21 unanswered in the fourth quarter. They scored 24 points in the fourth quarter. Tech now 4-0 on the season, and obviously 1-0 in Big 12 play. Red Raiders are idle this week, and they'll play Houston on October the 4th at Houston. Red Raiders 4-0 for the first time since 2013, 11th time that they've started 4-0 in their history. And some pretty good years where they started 4-0, including 1938. They went to a Cotton Bowl that year. In 2008, and we all know what happened in 2008, had a really, really good year that year. And you're hoping to top that year as well. In 1976, another great year for Texas Tech. They went 11-0 to start things off. You also have back-to-back road wins against ranked opponents, as last year you beat Iowa State. And it's a different team, obviously, November the 2nd, but you beat them 23-22. So starting to change that narrative with regard to Joey McGuire and Texas Tech and winning on the road, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I feel like you did that last year and you continued it with what you did on Saturday.
So after the game, a couple things that were written or said about the game from the Big Noon kickoff guys. Urban Meyer said this: Texas Tech is the best in the Big 12 right now, and said Utah got pushed around. Hard to disagree, right?
Yeah, seemed pretty obvious.
Matt Leinart, the Heisman Trophy winner, said Texas Tech proved they can play great defense and win low-scoring games, and said front runner to win the Big 12.
Yep. All
good things. And then Mark Ingram said this. I thought this was interesting. That Texas Tech beat Utah at its own game. That Utah is known for being physical and being bullies. I mean, certainly defensively, you were all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 takeaways, 4 tackles for losses, over 100 yards rushing in the fourth quarter, and the 21 unanswered. So, man alive. It was really, 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 really good. Somebody brings up Jacoby Williams. Jamie, is Jacoby not electric? If Joyner is better than him, holy goodness. But, man, Jacoby Williams is fun to watch. Yeah,
no doubt. It felt like you really never ever had a great rushing attack on Saturday, but then there were moments where you did good things. So I still think overall you take what you got from your running game on Saturday, but the catch and run from Jacoby was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, like, most underrated play in the game, because you come out on the field and their crowd is legit loud, and you can see it's affecting your team, right?
Yeah.
You got a penalty early, and it just felt like their crowd was, I mean, it was turning it up.
Mm-hmm.
And they were ready for this, and they were ready to prove that we couldn't play in this atmosphere. And Jacoby's catch and run, to me, quieted them down a little bit, gave you confidence, got you on the scoreboard first,
mm-hmm.
and it just slowed their roll a little bit and gave you some confidence. And so, I mean, you can look back at great defensive plays in the game and pick out the best ones and all that, and I totally would agree with you. I think this one can't be forgotten. I thought that was a massive, massive play in this game.
Yeah, because it was 3rd and 10 from your own 15. And a short pass, and then he takes it and runs 73 yards. And like you said, sets you up. So you don't get that first down there, you're going to punt, and then the momentum may swing to their side. I thought, and I think that's a great way to say it, underrated play of the game. I thought another play that I circled, and I thought about this during the game after it happened, but it's in the second quarter. This is 4th and 16 from your own 41, and Jack Burgess punts the ball 45 yards to the Utah 14, and it just flipped the field. Just flip the field because they go 3 and out after that. The problem is that your next drive you were intercepted, so it didn't necessarily work out for you. But you didn't give them an opportunity to get anything started, and that's really what your defense. I mean, they're still looking to get that offense started for Utah.
Yeah, I mean, you clearly, you heard their coach after the game say he was shocked that their offensive line got pushed around like it did. I think you can see that their quarterback is not really good enough to throw the ball down the field deep. It's everything between the hashes and it's short yardage. What was his? Yards per pass attempt was just pathetic.
Dampier was 25 of 38, 2 interceptions, and 162 yards.
Yeah, but
it was short passes all day long.
Short passes all day long.
Yeah.
He doesn't threaten you down the field.
Yeah.
Because of him being short and his arm strength and all that. He's a good athlete, and because of that, you can, play your linebackers closer to the line of scrimmage, your safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, all the above. And, I just thought that he was – I think we figured out that I wonder all these experts that took this guy who was at New Mexico last year and led them to a 5-7 record and 12 touchdowns and 12 interceptions, and then automatically placed him at the top of the Big 12 pecking order of quarterbacks in the top 3, I should say, not necessarily number 1, ahead of some good quarterbacks. If they change their mind after seeing that, because clearly the Texas Tech just gave everybody else the recipe, the book, whatever you want to call it. Here's the game plan on how to stop this offense. You can see he's got some serious inadequacies with arm strength and moving the ball down the field.
And you can make this case for every quarterback, but if you took out his long pass of 44 yards, he went 25 of 37 for 118. So,
keep it in there, and it's still pretty extremely pedestrian.
Absolutely,
yards per completion.
Absolutely. Take your thoughts, comments. Yates Flooring Center chat line. Go to the Double T 97.3 mobile app for that. Visual Edge IT hotline, it too is open this morning at 806-771-0973.
This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Is Monday, September the 22nd, 2025. Here is Jeff McGuire with this day in sports history.
Starting us off, 1957, Duke Snider's 39th and 40th home runs are the last hit at Ebbets Field. 1969, San Francisco Giant Willie Mays becomes the second player to hit home run number 600. 1978, freshman Ron Reeves throws 2 touchdown passes and runs for 2 more as Texas Tech rallies to beat Arizona 41-26 here in Lubbock. 1986, Los Angeles Dodger Fernando Valenzuela is the first Mexican-born pitcher to win 20 games. And 1993, Texas Rangers pitcher Nolan Ryan at 46 pitches in his final game.
That was in Seattle, and he got hurt in that game.
It is Family Day, a day to eat dinner with your kids, which is celebrated on the 4th Monday in September every year. It's also National Ice Cream Cone Day, which really should be every day, and National White Chocolate Day.
Okay.
So go be a basketball player or something.
Whose daughter plays for Texas Tech softball?
Stephen King, a guy who I trust that can scare me. I don't need to read his books. 79 today. Bill Murray, 76. Dave Coulier, 67. Faith Hill, 59. Nicole Ritchie, 45. Luke Wilson, 55. John Kitna, still missing kicks at 53. Yander Diaz, 27. And Cecil Fielder is 62.
John Kitna still missing kicks.
For the Dallas Cowboys.
When did John Kitna kick?
Last.
He was a quarterback. Did he kick?
Oh, who am I thinking? I'm thinking of Vander. I'm thinking of something. Yeah. Nope, you're right. Yep. Nope, I'm thinking of Vander Klink.
I think Kitna's like a high school coach somewhere, I feel like, in the Metroplex. Or is it somewhere else? I don't know. I feel like he's a high school coach now.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, I take back my...
I know he's a quarterback. I'm not a kicker. I know that much. I don't know what he's doing now, but I know he was a quarterback.
Definitely thinking of Vander Klink.
Cecil Cooper was a really good player for the Brewers, too. He threw
Cecil
my brother...
Fielder, you mean?
Oh, did you say Cecil Fielder?
Cecil Fielder.
Oh,
yeah.
Cecil Fielder. I thought you said Cecil Cooper. Sorry.
He was a really good player for the Tigers, though.
He was. There's no doubt.
And on this day, 1776, Nathan Hale, a Connecticut schoolteacher and captain in the Continental Army, is executed by the British for spying. After being led to the gallows, legend holds that the 21-year-old Hale said, quote, "I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country." There's no historical record to prove that Hale actually made that statement, but if he did, he may have been inspired by the lines of an English author, Joseph Addison's 1713 play, Cato, where the line is, quote, "What a pity it is that we can die but once to serve our country." I think he said it. And that's this day in sports history.
All right, this day in sports history, 6:49 this morning here on the morning drive. Somebody points out, don't forget the huge soccer win over number 14 Baylor at their place. Good win for them and good for them. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Get Big 12 play started with a dub.
Yep.
A shutout.
Let's see here. This from South Texas Preston. At South Texas Ambassador Preston. Really proud of this football team. Just goes to show you how good, just shows how good you are going on the road, having 14 penalties, 2 turnovers, lose your starting quarterback, and still win by 24. Yeah, when you put it like that, you're exactly right.
Well, that's what I thought about the penalties all day long. I mean, you should offensively have been a lot better than you were. Man, if you just have half of those penalties, you think you probably have 10 more points or so on the board.
Yeah. Let's see. This, dear Chuck, how are you? I am fine. Why didn't Joey call a timeout after the 35th pre-snap penalty and make the entire team, including the coaches, do push-ups? Can Clay McGuire coach his line on how to use a silent count? Thank you for the D- grade for the O-line talk that you give us. Gordo. P.S. Please tell Jamie that I'm glad he's back and feeling better. Are you feeling better?
I feel great.
Okay.
I didn't feel bad.
Yeah, he was just out Friday.
Took a vacation day.
Yeah, he was just out. But it's nice of him to think of you.
Yes, very nice. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you, Gordo.
He didn't give Jeff McGuire a plug, so Jeff, you must be off the list right now.
I'm not off the list. He's just also glad that Jamie's back.
Okay. This Hammond's legs are deadly. They sure are. They sure are.
He just provides a different element. It's a great change of pace.
Different element. I liked your analogy earlier of the relief pitcher coming in off the lefty, the crafty lefty, right?
Yep.
South Texas Ambassador Preston is on the Visual Edge IT hotline. Good morning, Preston. How are you?
Good morning. Man, I just wanted to say I'm really proud of this football team. I think Joey McGuire showed a lot of growth in that game, and I don't think it's been talked about, but there were multiple times where it was fourth down, and it was in that area where you could go for it. And who knows, you may convert, you may not, but in the past, he's shown that he was going to go for it. But he felt, he had a good gut feeling about this game. It was going to be a defensive slugfest, and he showed a lot of growth there, I think. And I'm just really proud of this team. Not many teams can have 14 penalties, 2 turnovers, and lose their starting quarterback and go up to Rice-Eccles Stadium and win by 24 against Utah. Kyle Whittingham's a hell of a coach. So, I'm really proud of this team. Can't get cocky, but on to Houston.
On to Houston. Thank you, Preston. And I thought, the other thing that was, and that's been going on the last couple of years, his penchant to go for it as much on fourth down.
I think this year I should hardly ever do it unless it's in the exact right situation, just because you have so much confidence in your defense that you're gonna. I don't know. Maybe sometimes coaches go for it more because you have confidence in your defense. I'm not really sure, but anyway, I just feel like this is not a team that you should ever feel desperation, like we got to score on every possession or we don't have a chance. And I mean, he's got that luxury now, so that makes it a little bit easier for him. There's a feel, right? It's not just about a book, but a feel. Like, what is my team capable of, and how much can I expect of them? And I think he's got a better team to have a feel that he doesn't ever need to go to desperation mode like that.
Yeah. This Wheels Hammond seemed to have ice in his vein. So absolutely zero care for the crowd. Just went out and performed. Wheels Hammond.
He's got some wheels. There's no
doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. So, yeah, that's really cool. All right, somebody asked about the ranking. I hadn't got to that yet, but in the top 25 yesterday, you're now ranked 12th in the AP and 14th in the coaches poll. Seems about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm
seems about right.
Moving on up.
Yeah,
moving on up. Just keep winning.
If you want to get upset, go look at the ESPN computer rankings that when they came out. After beating a team that was ranked higher than you in their poll before, Tech dropped to 20 in the computer ranking. This just in. Computers aren't smart.
Interesting.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
Let's see here. From the Yates Flooring Center chat line, this person was there. We were there. The students were brutal towards us, but the adults were very warm, welcoming in the tailgate area and took us in. Oh, that's nice of them. General consensus is they truly hate BYU, and all we heard on the way out from the young ones was we have to at least beat BYU. Okay, so there you go. All right, so Big 12 games from this past weekend. First of all, I saw quite a bit of Tulsa and Oklahoma State on Friday night. God, they're bad. That is a bad football team.
No way to get around it.
Man,
It wasn't that close.
No, they just stunk out loud. Does make you wonder if this is going to be it for Mike Gundy.
It doesn't make me wonder.
You're convinced?
Yeah, I thought that coming into the season. I don't think it's.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
makes me wonder if he's going to finish the season.
Yeah.
I think it's about a money deal now. It's like, okay, so what kind of deal can they broker for him? And plus, he was supposed to get a say in who the next coach is going to be. But man, at this point in time, do you even want him giving you an opinion on whether they should have caramel corn or regular popcorn at the concession stand?
I think out of respect, he's not going to lose his job in the middle of the season. I think they'll allow him to step down at the end of the year.
Yeah, he looks like he's done too. He looks like a guy that needs a year off,
or just a sound decision on which haircut to go with.
Yeah, that's an ugly looking mop there. Let's see, Arizona State and Baylor. That was a really good football game. And, Arizona State going into a place like Baylor and figuring out a way to win, that was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't come away like uber impressed with either team. Definitely entertained with the game, just because it was close. It still, looked like Baylor has some issues on defense, and felt like Arizona State should have been able to put them away, but they never did. Baylor should have won the game if they didn't turn the ball over.
Right.
They kept shooting themselves in the foot. So I thought it was a great win for Arizona State. I think both are good teams. I think both are not elite teams, but I think they're both good and both tough outs, all the above. I think that game for the Red Raiders at Arizona State is going to be a tough one because I think they're going to be really amped up ready for this game after we beat them last year. But, man, I came away feeling like Baylor should have won the game if not for the turnovers.
So during that game, I was trying to figure out which outcome would be better for Texas Tech. And I think at the end I decided it would be better for Arizona State to win because you would at least kind of control your own destiny if you needed to beat them to have the up in the tiebreaker.
Fair enough. Yep.
So, I mean, it was like, do I really, and the lucky lady, she was like, I just want to see sad Baylor Bear fans. And she got to see that.
I don't know why. Kenny Dillingham is starting to grate on me a little bit.
Okay.
I've totally found myself rooting for Baylor. Yeah, didn't go into the game thinking I was rooting for either team, but once the game was going on and I'm sitting there watching, I found myself rooting for Baylor.
Okay. I don't know if we learned anything with Kansas and West Virginia other than they can be prolific on offense. And I still think Jalen Daniels is really good. He's got a big arm, but, man, he's wild with it. 12 of 24, 138 yards, threw 3 touchdowns. He did rush for 69. They've got a big runner in LaShawn Williams, but then he ran for 129. But then what's West Virginia like? I mean, they openly said during the game multiple times that Rich Rodriguez had told them that they repped 5 quarterbacks during the week. So 5 quarterbacks got reps during the week. So, I mean, what do we say? If you got 2, you don't have 1. If you have 5, what do you – he's just got a bad hand,
You still
right?
don't have 1.
He's just got a bad hand, right? Start over.
I think what we learned is that Pitt is really, really bad.
Because they lost to West Virginia.
They lost to West Virginia the previous week.
Yeah.
West Virginia just didn't put up much of a fight there. Kansas's offense looks like it's a good one, and you know how, I mean, as we played during the Leach era, if you have one of those days where a good offense is clicking, you're tough to beat.
Sure.
So
TCU beats SMU in the Iron Skillet 35-24. Sonny Dykes says we're not playing that anymore. We're done. After 104 years, no more Iron Skillet. That saddens me. I understand it, but that saddens me.
Why do you understand?
Because because it's about having as many home games as you can have and giving up a home game so that you can keep that going because it's going to be every other year. It just I guess they don't think it makes sense to keep doing that, but I hate that because I feel like that's one of those rivalry games that should be played every year, and every school's got a number of them.
So if everybody is going to start, we want all of our non-conference at home. How does that work exactly?
It works because
you get non-conference schedules like what Texas Tech.
Yes, you play Arkansas, Pine Bluff, and Kent State, which like Florida State played Kent State, I think.
This is going to be fun.
Yes,
this is leading towards
specialness.
Super great.
Yeah.
Can we just start covering the games when the real games start?
Sure.
Yeah.
You say the word, and we will make that happen.
UCF beats North Carolina 34-9. That experiment's not going well, but it's only year 1 for Bill Belichick.
I don't care. That's still pretty bad.
Yeah.
That was a really bad UCF team last year. Remember last week, I'm looking at the line, it was like 15 or 16, and I'm like, that's crazy. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't high enough. That's terrible for North Carolina, man.
I mean, BYU goes on the road and across the country and beats East Carolina 34-13. What are they thinking? I guess they just wanted to spread their message everywhere. I mean, what are they thinking going and playing East Carolina?
I mean, you're allowed to play road games. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You're allowed to challenge your team in non-conference play.
I don't know if that's a challenge, but
you're allowed to. Hey, we think our team should see what it's like to hit the road before the games really count. And
maybe they're not worried about 7 home games there in Provo.
It could also be that this was part of a home and home that they had signed when they were still in the Pac-12,
and maybe they didn't want to write a check to get out of it. You know. like other teams have done, including us.
You complain so much about not having these good matchups and not all this, and like, what are they doing going on the road and playing a game at somebody else's home?
It's just counterintuitive.
Now you're just all in on, hey, let's just play patsies and stay at home. And
it seems odd. And then Colorado beats Wyoming 37-20. Okay, so that's
Colorado looked a little bit better offensively. Looked like they had a pulse. Caden Salter back in there at quarterback, and he looked like he was a little bit improved. So Wyoming clearly not great this year.
They trotted out a new Ralphie too. I think this is Ralphie 7.
Yeah, and he apparently had more speed than what they're normally used to. A little bit smaller.
Yeah, and
more of a scat back Ralphie than a fullback.
Yeah, the team
he's growing. He'll get there.
Yeah, he'll get there.
The team when it ran out after Ralphie did his thing, they didn't look that inspired. They didn't look like the Red Raiders running out, because I saw the Ralphie run.
Because they saw Ralphie run out there so fast. They're like, we can't keep up with him. What the heck?
They were scoreless at the end of the first quarter, so it took them a while to get going.
Yeah, just didn't seem like that was anything but like inspiring, like the horse, running, stuff like that.
I don't know. Ralphie's pretty cool.
Okay.
Our horse is awesome. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But, I think running out there with a real live buffalo is pretty cool, too. I'm not going to poo-poo that.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not, and those guys got to have some strength to be able to hang on to that rope and keep up.
I'm always just a little bit nervous. I'll just be honest with you. Feels like sooner or later that thing's going to break free. And
Ralphie?
We're going to have something bad go.
I was worried you were about the masked rider.
But he knows where to go after he runs up the far sideline and goes running right back in the trailer. He knows maybe there's a big old piece of meat in there for him. 7:25 this morning.
Aren't they Never mind.
Are they vegetarians?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
The Morning Drive podcast from Double T 97.3 is presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Jamie's question of the day on Double T 97.3 is brought to you by Connecticut of West Texas.
All right, this is so much more fun when the Red Raiders are in contention. We're going to continue with what we have been doing on Mondays. I want you to give me your, in order, top 3 teams in the Big 12 Conference.
Top 3 teams in the Big 12.
Well, that's what we've been doing.
I know. Arizona State, BYU, Texas Tech.
What order is that?
3, 2, 1. Texas Tech is 1, BYU's 2, and Arizona State's 3.
Okay.
Arizona State, number 1. They're still the champions of the league. They're still undefeated. Tech at 2. BYU 3.
All right, I got Arizona State at number 3. The 3 spot was hard for me. Number 2, Iowa State. Number 1, Texas Tech. I've had them out, the Red Raiders outside the top 3. And we finally got to see them play a real team and handled it well. I don't have Utah dropping that far because of respect for the Red Raiders. I put Utah at number 4.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Where would you have Arizona State?
If they just lost to the best team in the conference, that defense still looks legit to me of Utah's. And I think we might be the best team defensively in the conference, question mark. So maybe Utah's offense will be better than it was most games.
Exclamation point. I don't think you need the question mark.
No.
Yeah, I know Arizona State isn't undefeated, but they went on the road.
No, that was me. That wasn't Chuck. That was my fault.
They did go on the road and win. BYU has yet to play a conference game. Iowa State is 4-0.
BYU is the intriguing one to me just because I don't feel like we know anything about them at this point. Yeah.
What do you think about Houston? Do you feel like you know anything about Houston yet?
That they're a lot better than they were last year.
Okay, yeah,
they got a quarterback that can actually move the offense. So Yeah.
They also had a long way to go to be better than they were last year, to still be good.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there with all of that. 7:34 this morning here on the morning drive. Somebody says this: the Buffalo would prefer Wild Wings. Okay.
Okay.
I still laugh about Biba trying to get at the Georgia Bulldog. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings. I got it.
You didn't laugh, though.
I didn't laugh.
Surely, please make me think you didn't get it.
No, I did get it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was clever. How about that? Clever. I thought it was clever.
Oh yeah.
Clever.
It made me laugh louder than it should have.
Okay. This from the Yates Flooring Center chat line. I think the 18 pro scouts who were there to focus on the Utah offensive line found plenty to like on the Tech side of the field. Yeah, and I think they were there to watch Texas Tech as well. I think that was made pretty clear that it was both sides.
What's the thought that they were only there to watch one team? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, they were there to watch a couple of different teams. So, let's see. I wanted to get your take on the top 25. Texas Tech is in at number 12. Is that a little higher than you thought, or right about what you thought it would be?
No, I mean, I felt like you'd get inside the top 15. So,
okay,
yeah,
right.
It's somewhere around there.
Ohio State's 1, Miami 2, Penn State 3, LSU 4, Georgia 5. Do you feel like you're as close to some of these teams as maybe the rankings show them? Oregon, Oklahoma, Florida State, A&M, and Texas, that's 6 through 10.
I think I'll wait and see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Indiana is number 11 right ahead of you, and right behind you is Ole Miss, and then Iowa State is at 14. TCU and BYU bring up the bottom two teams of the top 25. TCU is 24 and BYU is 25.
I'll be honest with you. I knocked TCU down a peg in my rankings because of North Carolina's play at UCF. I mean, we're hanging our hat on TCU. I mean, at least I was early on in the season. Mm-hmm. Hey, they went on the road and beat a Power 4 conference team. North Carolina's horrible. Now, TCU did just beat SMU, okay? Mm-hmm. But North Carolina's horrible, so I'm not giving TCU any credit for that win anymore.
Do you do personal top 25 every week?
No.
Okay. You said...
I do personal with Choice Woodman in the Big 12 every week.
Yeah, you do a power ranking, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm not really sure how good SMU is either.
Good point.
Like... I don't think they're near as good as they were last year.
No, they should have beat Baylor.
Okay, I realize you're 12 in one poll, the Associated Press, and you're 14 in the coaches poll. But let's just say you were picking top 12 teams for the college football playoff today. Would you include Texas Tech in that 12?
Well, if you're picking for the college football playoff, you have to have the conference champion.
I understand that.
So I think the Red Raiders are going to win the conference championship. So yes.
Okay. You think they're?
Do I think they're the one of the 12 best teams in the country?
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that they're not. Okay. I just want to see a little more, if I can.
Okay.
I think that's hard for me to say. But I'm not ready to tell you that they're not. Mm-hmm. They look very talented. I mean, now we need to find out. Okay, is Utah really good? Mm-hmm. Right. I'm not discounting this win at all because again, I think Utah's defense is really good. I think that was a tough place to play, and you didn't necessarily handle that part well, but you still found a way to win.
You found a way to win.
Yes,
right.
Handily by 24.
Yeah, you found a way to win.
Yeah, you got to get better in handling tough environments than you handled that. But that's really specifically we're just talking about your offensive line, right?
Yeah, among this week's games, Utah plays at West Virginia, Arizona plays at Iowa State. It's really not a great matchup. Houston plays at Oregon State.
TCU at Arizona State Friday night. That's the great matchup.
Okay.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. That's the only one that's worth a hoot.
Arizona, Iowa State, I think, is also good.
Yeah, okay.
Right? We're going to find out what Arizona's made of.
Yeah. And then UCF plays at Kansas State. If K-State falls to them, then the wheels are off that train.
Your daily dose of sports and fun. This is the Morning Drive Podcast from Double T 97.3, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction.
It's been a quick 2 today. This is hour 3 of the Morning Drive on Lubbock Sports Station, Double T 97.3 and Double T 97.3.com. An hour from now, it's the end of the bench. We'll get those fellas' take on the ball game and the games from over the weekend, and continue to take yours as well. With Jamie Lent, Jeff McGuire, I'm Chuck Heinz. We all come to you from the First United Bank studio. Thoughts, comments, Yates Flooring Center chat line, Visual Edge IT hotline.
See, when you started your little, it's been a quick 2, you missed a golden opportunity there, Mr. Heinz.
Okay.
Because it was 8:02.
Oh, 8:02.
It was a quick 2 and 2.
And 2. 2 and 2. Gotcha.
Which is a shout out that is a reference that you and probably like a handful of other people would get.
Right.
But that would have been right up your alley there that you missed
2.
that.
Right, yeah.
Shout out to the dating game.
Would you have ever done that? Go on the dating game?
No, that was Love Connection. That was Love Connection.
Love Connection, yeah.
Yeah,
Love
it was
Connection
not the dating game. Love Connection.
Yeah, but it was the same host, Chuck Woolery.
We'll be back in 2 and 2. 2
the
minutes,
original
2
host of Wheel of Fortune. And he got a little sidetracked with people. Would you have ever done that, gone on the dating game or something along those lines?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like...
I think his girlfriend/wife would have killed him.
Yeah, I would be good at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I would have struggled.
Well, you might have... Who knows? You might have thrived with that. You might have had the...
Maybe.
You might have had the mojo that night, answered all the right questions. We'll have the high school fan zone for you tonight at 6 on 100.7 The Score. Coaches from Estacado Memorial, which is Friendship's new high school, and Liberty, all paying a visit. The Liberty folks, they're undefeated. Man, they just keep walloping the teams that they're playing.
For 'em.
They beat Seminole 63-27. They're now 4-0 on the season. Good bounce back for the Estacado Matadors as they beat Sweetwater 44-21. They're now 2-2 on the season. Coach Eric Ward's son is now the starting quarterback. He's a freshman, and he said last Thursday that he had him. He and his wife had him when he was at Texas Tech. He said, I'm 19 years old, and he's been with me ever since, obviously. But he said at age 3, his son could recite the entire Texas Tech football roster. Well, he was around. Eric was a wide receiver at that point in time. That's what he said.
Okay.
Dad of the Year award. Get that guy. Get that thing printed for that man.
And look, he is not one to be braggadocious or, say outlandish things at those coaches' lunches. And in general, he's matter of fact kind of guy. Okay. Mm-hmm. Somebody says this. I'll bet JL and his bride would have been good at the Newlywed Game. Yeah, you probably would have been good at the Newlywed Game.
Maybe so.
Would they ask a question of the bride without you there? You're sequestered.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty
familiar with the show.
Yeah, no. I mean that if you know me, you know my quirks.
Yeah.
I don't hide them. So
I feel like that we could not necessarily be go on the Newlywed show together. That would be awkward. But I feel like that there's some things that I could answer questions about you, and then there would be other things like I don't have a clue.
Yeah,
I do not have a clue.
So Chuck, what did Jamie do this weekend?
I don't have a clue. Right?
She would.
I know one thing he did this weekend.
Yeah, I think Jeff and I would be able to tell everybody your intricacies as well.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah, I think you just have to listen to the show for about 15 minutes, and you'd probably get a pretty good idea of the quirks, right?
Yeah, we can guess how you answer things or whatever.
Yeah. Man, how about that Lubbock Cooper friendship game on Friday night? Won by Lubbock Cooper, 57-56. They get a 2-point conversion for the win. Ryan Rodriguez goes to Cade Grant, and they win it. And Friendship drops to 1-3, and Cooper to 3-1 for Cooper. It's their first win over Friendship since 2020.
Yeah, awesome game. Such a good rivalry, and I mean, for it to go down to the wire like that, and back and forth, like it. I mean, it's just really cool. So,
I mean, it's
congrats to those Cooper kids. That's awesome.
It lives up to its billing every time.
It feels like it does. It really does.
Yeah,
That game always turns out to be really entertaining.
It really is. Monterey also with a win over the weekend, 49-21. Coronado just continues to be an ouch season, lose 59-0 to Cooper in Abilene. That had to be a long ride home.
I guess so.
Lubbock High lost 50-49. That's a heartbreaker at Lakeview in San Angelo to drop to 1-3. And these are just some of the scores. Okay, don't have all of them. Ropes. Coach Riker won the battle versus broadcaster Riker as Ropes beat Olton 41-12. He took his son to school.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think Brennan has any outcome in the game. Like,
I'm just telling you.
If you're talking about him taking people to school, wouldn't it be the opposing coaching staff?
I think he showed that broadcaster there. We're going to run it right down your throat, young man. You're going to have an unhappy total there at the end.
Brennan.
New Home with a win over Denver City, 48-14, and Idlewood was a winner at Compass Academy, 50-0. Those among the scores. Okay, If I didn't say yours, I'm sorry, but I do my level best here. Good morning, gents. It's 8:06 in the 8:06. What a crazy game Tech had. Now we're number 12. Wreckham. Yes, Wreckham. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good about things, aren't you?
I feel great. Let's get through this, man. Let's go. I mean, I enjoy the ride, yes, but let's get through this 2 weeks because I want to play again, man. Let's go.
Yeah.
I hate that you had the build up for the season to Utah, have that performance, and then you have to sit a week.
Yeah, but maybe it's good though to kind of just calm it down a little bit. That way they can kind of redirect things and focus the energy on Houston.
Yeah, I mean, probably easier said than done. Easier said than done. I think it's always difficult for a coaching staff, not just ours, when you have a huge game and a huge win, and then you get time off. It allows the guys to, maybe listen to take all the pats on the back even more and listen to how great you are even more.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a bit of a challenge, but at the same time, we know with your quarterback being banged up, it's a great time for the bye week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, riding on the Ozzy Osbourne crazy train right now. Let's just keep this. We got it pumping. Let's just keep on going. Let's plow through people like the defense has been doing.
This from Syntax Hank. Chuck Woolery. Met him a couple of times when he was living here in Horseshoe Bay. Nice guy. Oh, how about that? Old Syntax Hank, man. He rubs elbows with all the right people.
You?
I don't think I've met him. I've just talked with him.
Oh, man. Well, not all the right people then. All the right people minus one, at least.
He's got to get to town.
This has been the Morning Drive Podcast, presented by Cantex Roofing and Construction. Check out our library of Double T 97.3 podcasts at doublet973.com.